Welcome back and welcome to another reading vlog. I didn't post a TBR for this readathon on this channel because I only decided last minute I was going to join in. I was on the fence about whether I was going to join in or not. So I have my TBR on my blog post and it's linked below. I also posted an Instagram picture of kind of the books that I was choosing from. So the Instagram is also linked below. So if you want to see my TBR for this one, you can go to that post. It was a good week, not such a good weekend, but you will see from the vlog exactly how that went. There were 7 challenges for this readathon, and I'm going to come back after the vlog and tell you at the end how those 7 challenges went. So this was the Contemporary-A-Thon round 6. So I did Contemporary-A-Thon round 5 last year, and I mainly read contemporary books anyway, which you will know if you've watched this channel. So I always give myself around about 7 books reading goal, which I did not achieve this week, but I did have some fun reading. So I will let you watch that vlog footage, and then I will come back at the end and tell you how the challenges went. Good morning. It is the start of the Contemporary-A-Thon. It is week 2 of my page tune read along. I haven't made a TBR for the Contemporary-A-Thon yet because I kind of decided last minute to join it. So I'm going to put some coffee on and I'm going to get making my TBR, and then I can tell you a little bit about it. I know obviously I'm going to be reading my page tune book, but yeah, apparently it's going to be a noisy week. It's very noisy in here today. The joys of apartment living. So I have been listening to my audiobook whilst doing some bits this morning, including making my oatmeal. So now I have my coffee, I have my oatmeal, and I'm just watching the start of To All the Boys I've Loved Before on Netflix, so that I can then, so I'm then kind of recapped, ready to read P.S. I Still Love You, so that I can watch that when it comes to Netflix on Wednesday. And it is a diverse pick for the readathon, and I believe it also has some green on the cover. I'm not sure. It depends if you're thinking of the film cover or the actual cover that I have here. I have about an hour and a half left of my audiobook, so I have been listening to that whilst I've been doing things this morning, and I'll probably either finish that before going down to the gym or finish it whilst at the gym. We'll see. But yeah, I just posted my TBR, so that's a good thing. That's definitely a good thing. So reading update, I finished reading The Gifting School by Bruce Holsinger, the Gifted School. So I finished listening to that on audio, and I started listening to Johnny Be Good by Page 2, and I do have a paperback of this one, but I do have the audio as well. And then, as you can hear, I am watching To All the Boys I've Loved Before, just to recap, ready to start reading P.S. I Still Love You, rereading, ready for the film to come out on Wednesday. And my book of the month just came, and so I have a hardback copy of Yes, No, Maybe So as well. Yay! Okay, I haven't checked in with you at all today. This is not a view we normally see. Yes, I've had coffee and breakfast, and I'm just getting ready to go down to the gym with my audiobook. Yesterday I listened to a good chunk of Johnny Be Good, which is my page tune read along book for the week, and is also contemporary and is wonderful and is backlist and is beloved by all the communities. That hits all those challenges. Don't think there's green on the cover, but it's an illustrated cover, so that's fine. And I'm reading this as a buddy read with Hayley, who is co-hosting the page tune read along. So we read a decent chunk of that. I only stopped reading because she'd got to a point, and so I was waiting for her to catch up. So then I switched over to To All the Boys I've Loved Before, book 2, ready for watching film 2 tomorrow. So there's going to be less reading and more film watching tomorrow, so just a little heads up on that one. And oh my goodness, I'm loving it so much on a reread. I forgot how much it had to say about girls and consent and how slut shaming works, and it's just so much bigger than I thought it was going to be. And I forgot that the film, kind of where the film ends is where book 2 begins, so I'm really interested to see what they do with the film now. So I have about an hour's left of that to listen to. I did partake in a very small amount of Kindle reading yesterday. My head just wasn't in the right space. I've got this really horrible headache, and it's like, I don't want to take a painkiller before going down to the gym, because obviously I'm trying not to hurt my toe at the gym, like, you know, break my toe further, but I don't know, my headache. Anyway, I'll just take it easy down there, it'll be fine. Yeah, so gonna go and do that, and then I'll update you some more. I haven't done any reading yet today, just because my head's been so sore and I've been on the phone and doing stuff on the computer, and yeah, not anything that I want to do with this head really. So I finished listening to All the Boys I've Loved Before, so I'm on track for watching the movie. Well, To All the Boys I've Loved Before 2, P.S. I Still Love You. I'm on track for watching the movie tomorrow. I have not read any actual books today, like holding a book, but I have listened to a little bit more of Johnny Be Good. I've listened to about another like 80 pages of that, and again I'm just stopped just now waiting for Haley to catch up, and then I have listened to the start of Bromance Book Club. Not sure how much I've listened to, hang on. I listened to just over a third of that. We went to trivia tonight and then come back and been listening to that and doing some jigsaw, which is nice. It's very appropriate jigsaw. So I'm going to listen to some more just now. I'll probably put a sleep timer on. And then tomorrow is going to probably be mainly audiobook based, partly because Bromance Book Club is due back at the library in like a day, so I need to finish that tomorrow. And then I do have another one that is due back at the library, and it's not on my TBR for the week, but I'm like, I kind of need to finish it. Yeah, tomorrow's not going to be a very like physical book kind of day, because I'm going to be in a car, and then I'll be back here watching P.S. I Still Love You. I'm making my book first movie video, very exciting. But yeah, obviously so far a whole book that I've listened to is P.S. I Still Love You, part book Bromance Book Club, part book Johnny Be Good, part book Gifted School, and then part book couple of Kindle things. I just couldn't settle to a Kindle thing yesterday, so I think I just need to like sit down and do that. I did watch quite a bit of TV today though. Right, audiobook and sleep time. See you tomorrow. Well, today was all about movies. I did a double feature at the cinema, and then it was P.S. I Still Love You in the evening. Well, Birds of Prey was excellent. Highly recommend if you are thinking of seeing it. By the time this goes up, you'll already have had my review. So now I'm going to listen to some more audiobook before my next movie. So Birds of Prey was obviously excellent. I haven't seen Suicide Squad. Do I need to see Suicide Squad? Because that's where we have our first like Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. I just think she's amazing. All the stuff that she does. So impressive. Then I went to see Dr. Dolittle and listened to some of my audiobook. I am not listening to a Contemporary-A-Thon audiobook right now because my Julie Andrews memoir book is going to return to the library tonight, whereas my Bromance Book Club doesn't return until like the middle of tomorrow. you know, no big deal. But I got to halfway point with the Bromance Book Club, so at least I'm halfway through. And then I went back to Julie Andrews so that I could try and finish it before it returns. I forgot that was returning. So difficult with like dates for reviews and dates for library books going back. And it's snowing right now, but also it's really sunny, as you can see. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I mean, I'm in the car waiting to pick up Ollie, listening to audiobook. I'm nearly at the end of another part, so I think I've only got 4 parts left. And I listen on double speed, so I've got about 2.5 hours left because they're long parts. I seem to have listened to a lot of long audiobooks in the month of February so far. I'll need to maybe take a look at my page counts when I film my wrap-ups. But yeah, listening to audiobooks whilst it's snowing and Ollie's late out of work and I want to go and watch P.S. I Still Love You / To All the Boys I've Loved Before. It's been hours. And I want to go home and watch it. It's bad. But anyway, I'm liking listening to Julie Andrews. I mean, who doesn't want Julie Andrews in the car with them? I mean. So 2 hours later, I'm finally home. Finally watching this movie. Like, ridiculous evening. But at least I'm watching it now. I'm taking notes. So you'll be able to watch the book versus movie video, which will already be up by the time you're watching this. I'm loving the casting for the new characters. Loving it. You're getting like movie reactions here. Just saw Jenny Han. There she is. She's still on screen. Ah! Good morning. So I finished listening to Julie Andrews' homework last night, which I know is not a Contemporary-A-Thon book, but just updating you. And I've got only probably about 20 minutes left of the Bromance Book Club, and then I'm going to dive right into Johnny Be Good because we got to read that and the novella, so I'd like to finish Johnny Be Good today. Whether it's going to happen, I don't know. My day's got off to a slightly later start, and I'm just here at the library to get some reviews written because I need to catch up on those. And so if I kind of take myself away and sit down at computer at the library, I find that it works better. But I've got my coffee, I've got my Valentine's cup, obviously, because it is Galentine's Day today. And yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I'll update you. Yeah, nothing more to say really. Like, hoping to get some more stuff read tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to read an awful lot tomorrow, so fingers crossed for more today. Yum. I'm off to the cinema again, but I'm nearly finished Johnny Be Good. Did some good listening this morning, and now we'll have a little reading break before getting back to it. I've probably only got about an hour left now, so that's great. Still snowing. Well, Frozen 2 was good the second time around, and there's a lot of snow on the ground, but it's very sunny. But I am wearing my Olaf jumper, so it's all very appropriate. Yeah, having listened to the soundtrack quite a bit after watching the first one. I can't believe I watched the first one in November. It came out right before Thanksgiving, and I watched it then. Like, this is February, and this is me just rewatching it now, but I was like, it's gonna go out the cinemas soon, so yeah, needed to do that. So now, since it's gorgeous and sunny, I'm going to run a couple of errands, and then I'm not sure what we're doing this evening, but it'll probably involve me reading something that isn't an audiobook, because I feel like all I've read this week is audiobooks, but that's fine. It's fine. I have 25 minutes left of Johnny Be Good, and then I'll be ready to read Johnny's Girl. I would like to read Johnny's Girl tomorrow morning so that I can sit down with my cuppa and read it all, and then we'll be good. So yeah, I'll probably update you later. I probably will read some audiobook later because I'll probably be in the gym at some point, and that's audiobook, but I would like to read something that isn't, even if I just read like 10% of a Kindle book. It's something. So I'm back in the car in the same place as I was yesterday when I was waiting. I finished listening to Johnny Be Good, and I have just started listening to while reading, same thing. Don't read the comments, which I am liking so far. I couldn't decide which to listen to, but like I say, hopefully tonight I will get on the whole reading something that isn't an audiobook thing, which isn't because I don't think of audiobooks as real books, because you know I do. It's just because I've got some Kindle books on my TBR that I need to get to. I should probably start one of them so that, you know, I don't read all the audiobooks and haven't got anything to read whilst I'm working out or in the car or whatever. Yeah. I'm also really hungry. I was hungry by the time I got to lunch, and now it's like 5:30 and I'm really hungry, and like we don't normally eat till like 8:30. I got myself a cold foam nitro cold brew from Starbucks to try and like put me on a bit, but it hasn't filled the gap. I could eat everything right now. Oh, and I went to Krispy Kreme to try and get some of the heart-shaped donuts as like a Valentine's thing. They don't have any. They've got rid of them. Like, they're out and that's it. Which is a bit rubbish. I really failed to believe that everyone was buying them during the day today, because I was there about 4:30. Anyway, back to reading. I have done very little reading today, but we have visited a cat cafe and ate some pasties and some ice cream, so I still think it's a win. I have listened to some audiobook and I could see me finishing this audiobook today. Haven't read any Kindle book, but there's always tomorrow. So we're just through with seeing a movie. We saw Parasite at the Alamos. We did dine-in. I like when you can kill two birds with one stone, do a movie and a meal at the same time. So yeah, so I don't know if we'll do any reading before bed, because it's been quite a long day. But it's been a good one, so it was good. But yeah, not really much to report. I can imagine that I would put my audiobook on before going to bed, but maybe just put it on sleep timer. I had grand plans of finishing it and then that didn't happen, so yes. Okay, it's time to face the music. It's 9 o'clock on Sunday night. It's 9:30 on Sunday night, and I haven't done any reading this weekend. I've been out and about having a good time, so that's awesome. But considering the fact that it is Contemporary-A-Thon, Read-A-Thon, not so good. We had an impromptu night away, and we just went out and had a good time, and then in the hotel we literally like slept, and then went out and did some more fun stuff, which you'll have seen. But now it's 9 o'clock on Sunday night and I still literally have only read audiobooks this week. So my plan is to grab my Kindle, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a timer for an hour, and I'm going to try my best to not look at the phone in that hour. I'm all cozy, I'm like ready to rock, and I'm going to see how much I'm going to read in an hour. So let me turn this guy on. This is my Kindle. It's male, it's an interesting one, and then let me tell you where I am in my book right now. He shut down earlier And even though he was fully charged earlier, he's now not fully charged, and I haven't switched it on all day, so you know, he's an old guy. I am at 6%. I've read a whole 6% of this book. So I'm going to check back in with you in an hour and let you know what percentage I'm at. Therefore, we'll be accountable. So I'm setting the timer on here, picking up the Kindle. I've got a drink. I don't need to get up for any reason. Help me do some reading here, guys. Help me. Okay, my hour is up, and I'm not gonna lie, I got a bit distracted. I got a notification on my phone, and then I went into a whole like, oh, I'll just check that Instagram because that's got a dot, and I'll just check that Twitter because that's got a dot, and oh, I wonder when that thing that I ordered is going to be shipped. So gonna reset the timer. I only read 10%, so I'm gonna see if I do another hour if I can read more than 10%. That's the challenge I'm setting for myself, and then I'm going to switch back to audiobook to go to bed because it's late. So I'll let you know how I get on. I'm now laying down as well, as you can see. Maybe need to put my phone further away and put my watch on do not disturb. That might work. We'll see. We'll see. I'll let you know. I want to read more than 10% in an hour. Well, I did a lot better that time. I read another 20%, so I'm now at 37%, which is a lot better than I was when I started. Oh my goodness. But as you can see, I am now eyes getting tired, so I'm going to switch to audiobook, and that will take me through to bedtime. I will pop sleep timer on, and I'm probably going to finish my audiobooks. I don't think I've even got an hour left, so I'll make sure and put the sleep timer on in case I fall asleep. You can always tap and extend, can't you? And I will get back to you in the morning and let you know how I did. So I am back. I mentioned at the beginning of the video, and you'll have seen that I basically didn't do any reading at the weekend. I came back and from being away Saturday night and kind of got straight back on with trying to read something on Sunday night, and read until midnight and managed to finish my audiobook, but did not manage to finish my ebook. So the first book I finished for the week was The Bromance Book Club by Lyssa Kay Adams, which is a massive booktube favourite and is definitely a case of Instagram made me do it. I'm on the fence about whether to read the second one in this series because I liked this one but didn't love it, so I'm like, I don't know. If you've read an ARC or a proof copy of the second one in the series, do you think I should read it? Is it really good? This ticks off challenges 1, 2, 6 and 7. Read a contemporary book with green on the cover. Read a contemporary from a new to you author. Read a contemporary with an illustrated cover, and also to read a contemporary that's beloved by a member of the book community, because this is definitely, as I said, a case of Instagram made me do it. So there we have it. Then I had my Page Tune read along book for the week, which was Johnny Be Good. Even though I do have a paper copy of this one, I did read this one on audiobook, which is basically the theme for the readathon for the week. They were all audiobook reads. So this one counts as my read a backlist contemporary, because although this wasn't a reread for me, a lot of the Page Tune ones are, but this one, it was Page Tune's second book. So definitely a backlist copy, and I was always going to be using a Page Tune one for this because, as you know, I'm reading all of her backlist catalogue in the run-up to her new release in May. So Johnny Be Good did it on audio. It also ticks off contemporary with an illustrated cover, and this one was my main one for read a contemporary that is beloved by a member of the book community, because Victoria, who is a UK book blogger from Victoria Loves Books, I think her blog is. I will leave it linked below. She is the one that turned me on to Page Toon in the first place, and this was, I remember chatting with her on Twitter on New Year's Eve of like 2011 going into 2012, and this was when she told me that I should be reading Page Toon. So I did, and I was pleased that I did. But this was a first time read for me. It wasn't a reread, whereas the one before this one and the kind of from book 5 onwards will all be rereads. So that was cool. Then I obviously read, if you've seen my book versus movie video, I obviously read P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han, which was a reread for me. This one ticks off the challenge to read a diverse contemporary, and also, yes, I was reading it to make the book versus movie video because that one came out on Wednesday of Contemporary-A-Thon week, so I watched that movie, I read the book, I made a video about it. I'll leave it linked up here. If I haven't already, I probably have already at some point during the vlog. I can't remember what I said every time I vlogged to camera. So then we have The Gifted School, which wasn't technically an entire read because I was already reading this one when the readathon started. I was basically exactly halfway through this one when the readathon started because I tried to finish it ready for the readathon to start, but it wasn't happening. And this one is more verging onto literary fiction rather than contemporary, but it concerns families here and now. There's relationships. I'd say it is contemporary. But yeah, obviously it only counts for half a book, but it has green on the cover. And this is The Gifted School by Bruce Holsinger, which is like a really long book. I'll say this in my wrap up of my month as a whole, but yeah, I've read the longest books in the shortest month. This one's 450 pages, and it's one of many that I have read the entirety of in the month of February. So yeah, this one has green on the cover, which ticks off a challenge, and it's also got an illustrated cover. So yes, I was surprised to find out that this one is actually set near to me, so that's quite cool. I read 2 books set in Colorado during this week, well, part of 2 books set in Colorado during this week. Then the next one that I finished was, again, not a contemporary, but I want it to count in my reading that I tell you that I read this, and I've talked about it in the vlog, I know, but I was also listening to Homework by Julie Andrews when the week started, and it was a library book borrow, and it was due back at the library, and so I finished the last 75% of this one during Contemporary-A-Thon. Even though it's not a contemporary read, I just wanted to tell you that I read this too, because 75% of this one is 320 pages, because it's another long book that I read in the month of February. Then we have another book that I did actually finish completely. I started and finished during the week. There's very few of these that I started and finished during the week, but this one ticks off challenges 2, 3, 5 and 6. So read a contemporary from a new to you author, read a diverse contemporary, read a dark or hard-hitting contemporary, and read a contemporary with an illustrated cover. And this one, even though I have the library book, I did listen to on audio from my library, so I have the book and the audio copy from my library, and this is Don't Read the Comments by Eric Smith, which I absolutely loved. I didn't realise that this was kind of dark and hard-hitting, so in my TBR I didn't talk about this one for that challenge. I'm sorry, the cover is so shiny. Have a look, and then I'm going to put it down so I'm not shining it at you. Oh, just keep it still there. This one, yeah, I didn't realise it was going to be sort of dark and hard-hitting, and I really, really liked it. And it talks a little bit about people who talk about books on the internet as well, which I also like, and concerns a con at the Javits Centre, and I was like, I know this, I go to BookCon. But this one, yeah, I just really loved, and I don't want to tell you too much about it because I went into it pretty much knowing nothing about it, and I think that was amazing. But yeah, young adult, contemporary, covers some dark topics, covers, you know, don't read the comments. We know it covers stuff that goes on the internet that just shouldn't. And I just loved it. And I started that one and finished it. I finished that one on Sunday. It is the one that I managed to finish because it was on audio. I kind of finished it and then went to sleep on Sunday night. And, you know, it's not a short book either. It's not the shortest of books. And then I started but didn't finish on my Kindle, something I didn't do on audio. Of Curses and Kisses by Sandy Menon, which of course is also set in Colorado because she is a Colorado writer. I did finish this one after I finished it the next day, so I already have a review of this one up on my blog, so I will leave it linked below because I really enjoyed this. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, YA contemporary, set in a fancy boarding school near Aspen in Colorado. So that's all you need to know on that one. And I managed to get to, didn't listen to, I read 65%. So I read a good chunk of it. And if I'd just done some reading on Saturday, I did 0 reading on Saturday. If I'd just done a little bit of reading on Saturday, I would have actually finished that one in the week. So I read the last 35% the next day. So it still kind of counts because it was a holiday Monday. It was President's Day. Nobody was at work. It was like it was the same week still. I just swapped my Saturday and Monday round. I think it counts. Let me know in the comments whether you think it counts or not, or whether you think it finished on Sunday, so it finished on Sunday. As I say, I already have a book versus movie for To All the Boys, P.S. I Still Love You. I already have reviews of a couple of these books, so everything will be linked up here, down here, my blog, my social media, my Goodreads, everything is linked below. I really enjoyed this readathon and I will be more organised next time and actually share my TBR with you. I have lots of exciting videos coming up. I have another book versus movie coming up. I have, of course, my January wrap up, my February wrap up, my March TBR. So you're going to want to subscribe so those land in your subscription feed. If you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if my Monday reading counts because it was a holiday weekend and you'll just let me swap my Monday and my Saturday around. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you with my next one. Bye.